3,780 pounds, Winnebago 2106 DS dual sofa here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is a one-piece Murphy bed model with pass-through outside storage, easy towing, lightweight, all aluminum structure, narrow body with tandem axle. If what you're looking for is the last camper you ever want to own, you're looking for first class, built to last, but you don't want a 45-foot fifth wheel. Well, guys, it's hard to find it in the market, but RVs like this do exist where they're small but extremely well constructed. Something that is really handy, and it's kind of hard to find sometimes in small campers, or big, any camper, just I guess it doesn't depend on size, is full, easy travel accessibility. So I've got the slide closed currently, and what's cool is basically this RV is about 99% functional. With you lose visibility of half the TV, a tiny cabinet next to the TV, and the toothpick cabinet below the TV. Short of that, we have full access to everything in the kitchen, everything in the bathroom. And what's also neat, something that you can't find in every Murphy bed travel trailer, is access to the bed in transit. But that's actually one of the coolest things about Winnebago's Murphy bed system. Not only is it available in transit, but it has to be due to the way that their mechanism is structured. You have to leave the bed down when you travel. Now, personally, I think Winnebago puts out one of the very best Murphy beds out there, and this is kind of the third generation of their Murphy bed, although generations 2 or 3 are near identical. All they did was improve a little safety feature here. What's great about these is it's a locking Murphy bed, so if you're sitting up on the headboard area, if thing can't dump you up in the headboard and get you stuck or get you hurt or anything like that, it locks down in one simple easy piece here. Now, speaking of one simple easy piece, that's actually one of the things I really prefer about the Murphy beds in both Winnebago and the Rockwood RVs that we have here at Haylet's, is that they have a one-piece mattress, a one-piece folding Murphy bed. And why I like that is it's easier and more convenient, and both Rockwood and Winnebago have found a way to make a one-piece Murphy bed that also has a nice pass-through outside storage. Otherwise, to get a full pass-through outside storage, what you have to do is you have to go to what I call a bendy bed, where the mattress folds. And it's not that it's the worst thing in the world, it's just that it's less convenient than this. So that's one of the reasons I think that Winnebago's Murphy beds are among the highest up there for consideration. And in narrow body campers, I don't know of anyone else doing what they're doing here. In this class and category, they are pretty much best in class in that regard. Now, because you strap the bedding down, you don't have to make the bed every morning, every night. It's just simple and easy. Now, as we saw, you can just leave the bed down. So when the bed is down, this looks and functions identical, basically, to the 2106 FBS Winnebago. That's a fixed bed with a slide. Whereas this is the DS, which is a dual sofa. Now, if you prefer a dinette, you can get that in the 2108 DS, or if you prefer a fixed bed and a dinette, the 2108 FBS. Winnebago makes 4 near identical models there that allow you to sort of float in between them. But this is the one on the DS. What's kind of cool here is, if you're like, I don't care, I don't want a Murphy bed. You don't have to use it as a Murphy bed. That's actually what's kind of cool about the way that theirs is done. You can leave it down full time. But what if it's a rainy day? Or what if we're entertaining friends? What if you just need that little extra kick of space? Well, it's very simple and easy. And it's literally just flip it and forget it. I mean, you notice I didn't have to lift the thing all the way up. It is effectively as close to self-recoiling as a Murphy bed is going to get. That folds down, and now, suddenly, I have the space, the living room area of a larger, like, super slide camper in a much smaller, much shorter, much lighter weight travel trailer. And since the TV is located directly under you folks where you're viewing from right now, I have a direct angle view at the entertainment center right here. So it's what I call a no neck wrecker. You don't have to look 90 degrees to get to it. Also, these extra large bedroom windows that Winnebago is very good about using, in the Murphy bed models like this, they are doubling as these huge extra visibility cross breeze windows. You're getting more lights, more sights, and more air. And those are 3 things that I've never heard somebody ever say, I have too much of it, I don't need more. Now, this is the darker graphite decor. There's also the stone decor, which adds some lighter fabric tones to it. But you notice your light wood tones and flooring and ceiling. The lighter look and feel of your Winnebago Ultralite travel trailers that we have here at Haylet RV, It's really Winnebago's signature calling card. You know, they're not just light in weight, they're light in color. They've got huge windows for a big, expansive look and feel. You get some great cross breeze through them. It makes a small camper with a 7-foot wide body not feel quite so small. Now, you've got your dual hanging closets on both sides of the bed. You'll have power outlets on both sides, but what's kind of cool is by having the full pass-through storage under the sofa, you get organically these big side stands, which is handy as a bedside stand, but also your sofa side stand for things like phone chargers or setting down a dinner plate or anything like that. Now, obviously, we are carpetless, other than the little area where I scrub my feet off when I walk into the camper, just out of respect for the next person that plans to own the RV. But we're carpetless and easy cleaning. Spend more time camping, less time cleaning. That's the idea here. And by the way, the storage that goes under the sofa here, it is completely separate from the inside area, so you don't have any bleed through of inside to outside. Now, you've got pretty good campsite visibility on this one due to those larger windows, the big breeze window here in the kitchen, as well as a full actual viewing window, not just a frosty light window here in the main entry door. But what is handy is you do retain a oh, come on camera, adjust with me here, there you go. There is a privacy shade that you can pull down for that right there. Now, if I take a step back over here, the kitchenette, just like everything else, is nice, light, and bright. But before we get there, I want to talk about the air conditioner. Even though this is a very small camper, and a standard 13,500 BTU air would probably keep up with it just fine, we will often, not always, but often, upgrade our little 2106s here at Haylett RV to feature a more powerful 15,000 BTU centrally ducted air conditioner. And that might seem like crazy overkill, but sometimes, like this one has the platinum exterior decor that we saw, the platinum exterior skin, but there can be some really dark colors like reds and blues that can generate a lot of extra RV heat from the sun. So we will typically outfit these with the bigger air conditioner and sometimes even a heat reflection package just to help with that. But again, those are optional things. The listings on our website will always have exactly what we do have in stock listed for you. And as long as we're talking about heating and cooling, I do want to mention that we do have no floor vents in these little Winnebago Micro Minis. So they are, lightweight, carpetless, easy cleaning, and they will certainly not struggle in hot camping climates. A phrase that I often use in relation to the Winnebagos is first class and built to last, and I think that sums them up better than anything. I can't believe that they haven't adopted that as like their corporate motto, because it's the perfect moniker and like motto for these travel trailers. Like all plywood boxed, beveled edged, full extension drawers here. We have full hardwood cabinet door frames with longer lasting pocket screw construction. The countertop area right here. First of all, the countertop is a pressed membrane, and that's a more recent update at the time of this filming. Not very long ago, these had a common T-molded edge, so Winnebago has stepped up that. And now you see the stainless sink here. That's another material upgrade. They're very good about using higher grade materials in a smaller size camper, and that is not something you always find in the marketplace. Winnebagos certainly are among the more expensive small campers, but again, if you're looking for that retirement grade, that's kind of who they're built for, you know? They're not built for a young buck like me. They're built for someone who's maybe, like I said, approaching that retirement age. You've got a tow package SUV or a small truck. You want something that is small, lightweight, built to last. This is it, guys. So the countertop extension plus those sink covers and the folding stove cover give you decent prep space in a little camper that otherwise wouldn't have much. You'll see a stainless sink, the theme there repeat itself in the bathroom. But I want to draw your attention to the fact that they have both back and side splashes. And that was a huge concern that people on the Winnebago Owners Forum were voicing, saying, I'm tired of constantly scrubbing the wall panel next to my refrigerator. Winnebago said, oh, easy fix. And it's great that they did that, but it's actually a very rare feature. And, it's one of those extra things Winnebago's doing. Now, we've got a full-size 2-door, 6 cubic foot fridge freezer there. And as we pan ourselves around, I just simply wanted to take a moment to point out the fact that they did not waste an opportunity for storage. They give you every ounce of storage they possibly could here, anywhere that they possibly could. So you've got the big breeze window here over the sofa area, but one of the concerns you'll sometimes have in a model like this that does not have a dinette is, hey man, where do I eat? And not surprisingly, Winnebago has an answer for that. Hiding behind the sofa this whole time was this handy little folding leg free-floating table. And I love these things. They don't look fancy, but you know, sometimes camping's not always about fancy. Sometimes camping's about functional. And these little lightweight folding leg tables are ultra functional. As a person that goes camping, I'll confirm that for you, because this is exactly what I like to do. You see these inexpensive little folding legs right here. They might cost maybe 28 to 40 bucks off Amazon, but it's how much they're worth, not how much they cost, I think, that matters. Because now I've got a no-knee knocker table. I could easily set out a couple extra chairs over here. I could have 4 people at the table, sharing a meal, playing a hand of cards, a board game with some grandkids or whatever. When I get there. My daughter's 8 years old. I don't need grandkids yet. Anyway, my point is, though, you can also fold this up and take it outside and use it like a picnic table. Or, since this is free floating, it would be very easy to, you know what, here, why don't we do this? It would take absolutely nothing, such as one left hand, to simply scoot that table over here, and then, bam, suddenly we've got a, a TV-facing entertainment center. If you want to sit down at the end of the night, catch up on the news, grab a bite to eat, you've got the perfect little place to do it right here. Speaking of the grandkids, eventually the party's over, and eventually you got to get these kids to bed. So whether you got a, little grandkid or a big dog, especially if you have more of the human variety guests, that privacy curtain in front of the Murphy bed right there is pretty darn handy. And that's exactly why you've got this simple little fold-down sleeper sofa. Now, this is most certainly designed with the intention of being a couples-oriented RV, so they gave you a more comfortable seating area at that very puffy, tufted back. Obviously, that poses some level of challenge if you're wanting to sleep on it, so you kind of got to decide which section you're sleeping on there. Maybe 2 small grandkiddos would fit on that, but probably just 1 would be better. And a good look at the, the pleated shades that we have all over here for the extra privacy. Now, moving back into the bathroom area, one of the things I like that they did here, because it is a narrow body camper, so you do have reduced capacity closets on both sides of that bed. Well, they said, we get that, but we understand that hanging storage and extra storage is a big, big deal. So they include this big 6.5 foot tall floor-to-ceiling cabinet. And down here, where you do have to have a pipe running through things, you see that white grommet? They include just those extra little things. Instead of just drilling a hole in the floor and telling you, yeah, it's ugly, deal with it, they clean it up. This is a very detail-oriented brand, even in areas where they're not expecting you to look, Under the sink, you've got a nice little chunk of space here, maybe for some extra toilet paper and whatnot. Again, more of that sealed edge counter stuff and a stainless sink. And what I kind of like here is the amount of space that you have behind that sink. Plenty of room to actually set toothbrushes and toothpaste or whatever. Simple little medicine cabinet, not massive, but enough. It'll get you through a weekend. This is a small camper. What I do appreciate, though, is that they're a little bit big person friendly with this radius shower track up here. It gives a person like me the extra elbow room that I really want and need. And if you're paying attention, you can see a couple things. You can see this is a pretty nice size shower. You don't feel like you're in a vertical coffin in this thing. And there is plenty of room in front of the toilet for a long-legged fellow like me. Or lady. But lady like me would obviously send some mixed messages. Now, kind of like there are different, 2 different interior decors, there are multiple different exterior color packages. This one is in their beautiful platinum skin. But the funny thing is, whether it's even a plain white skin Winnebago, it's prettier. Like, their white is whiter. And it's because they're using higher grade fiberglass. And look at the gleaming, screaming finish on that thing right there. They use a T60 diesel pusher style gel coat on this that is just hands down the best in class fiberglass. Not only does it just look awesome, but if you live in sun country, or you have to store the RV outside, not everybody has a heated enclosed barn where they can keep their campers, I get that. Well, like a simple application of like Meguiar's sort of automotive finish will take so much dull out of this and shine it back to life. I've seen some incredible before and after pictures on the Winnebago forums of one fellow in particular lived in Arizona. After a couple years, his red Winnebago was like mottled, nasty looking pink. He went over it a couple times and brought all the red back. It was incredible. So just remember that the one here in this video might be a little different from the one that we have on hand. Now, as I kind of mentioned as we started inside, this has an enormous front pass-through compartment on a one-piece fixed or one-piece folding Murphy bed. And you can see the aluminum skeleton work even down here to an extent. And the fact that they gave you these handy little like side saddle pockets right here. They just didn't let anything go to waste. They also have the easier magnet catches, and these are technically compression latches, although we often call them slam latches, but they'll tend to do that. All you have to do is just kind of take a little pressure off of them like that, compress the seal, and then let go, and that's what they're designed to do. You might notice that Winnebago also protects their hinges here. They're doing all kinds of extra things. Like, this is a small RV, but we still have a folding entry handle. We still have the double entry step. They're still doing all those extra things. Now, they don't have the world's largest awning on this model. It's due to, however, the big bedroom window and that baggage compartment door. If you notice, if you tried to extend the awning any further, you'd be fighting one of those things. So that's kind of one of those areas where they sort of have to decide which way they're going to go. Now, right under that big door side baggage compartment is a simple gas grill hookup. So if you are wanting to bring along a little grill, you're good to go. These do have a narrow body, so they don't tend to stick out past your tow vehicle, which means less headwind. It's a short camper, so, you know, less overhead clearance, and superior side lane visibility. Although, ladies and gentlemen, please always get side view spot mirrors. It's just, don't skimp on a safety item, you know? You didn't buy a Winnebago because it was the cheapest option anyway. Don't cheap out at the last minute when it comes to the safety accessories. Just please, okay? Anyway. Power tongue jack is standard, but what you're not really seeing is Winnebago uses a higher grade power tongue jack and awning motor so that they move faster, you know, and they last longer. Now, the whole chassis on this is different. It's a lighter weight Z-frame, but it's actually, it's a huck bolted chassis. Once it's all assembled, it's actually stronger than an I-beam, and it's part of the reason why Winnebago travel trailers have the best percentage of service records. We have the lowest rates of warranty claims on Winnebago versus anything else that we have here, and Lord almighty do we carry a lot of different brands. One quick note on the back side of this pass-through is an easy reach battery disconnect so you don't have phantom load kill your battery. And once again, they're putting the little grommets on any sort of you know, wiring penetration area so that it doesn't just look like a guy just sort of routed it out and then said, "Huh, deal with it, buddy." Simple side mount solar panel. A little camper like this is a lot easier to find a shady spot to park in, especially with a low overhead clearance. And then you can use put the portable panel in the sun if that's your interest. They have significantly increased their holding tank enclosure on the Minnie and the Micro Mini series right here. They basically bulked it up to pretty much match the enclosure that was on the Mini Plus. Now, there is the optional weather package that I kind of hinted at on the inside there. May or may not be present on the exact one that we have in stock. But what it's going to do, guys, is it adds a heat reflective layering in the rear wall, across the roof, around the nose, and then a double layer in the underbelly. Basically, significantly improves heating and cooling efficiency. It's a couple $100, but I don't think you'll ever regret it. And what's great is it'll improve heating and cooling efficiency without the need to worry about 50 amp or 30 amp service, you know? Now, all these Micro Minis are 30 amp, but my point is, sometimes people are like, well, what kind of power campsite am I plugging into? This will help no matter where you are. This will help if you're boondocking. So, good looking aluminum wheels, and we've got a galvanized steel wheel well package here. And God forbid one of those belted radials catches debris on the road and blows, because I don't care what kind of tire it has. If you catch debris on the road, it could have a flat. It's just that extra shielded layer of protection, so hopefully you can get the thing brought down to speed before any long-term damage is ever incurred. Centralized hookups behind the wheel well area there, and you do have both an outside shower and a full black tank flush, plus you have separate cable and satellite hookups, which is pretty darn handy. We are ready for backup cameras on these. Ladder used to be optional. It became standard sometime last year, I believe. And one of the reasons I like that, we would have put it on there anyway, but it gives you easy access to the fully walkable roofing that we will take a look at in just a few minutes here. Before we do, though, I want to point out that we do have full-length LED lighting under that awning. Awning can be tilted. It has like tilt and twist lock arms. and outside TV hookups here under the awning. Now, a couple quick notes on the entry door. Little camper, big folding entry handle, makes, you know, coming and going much easier. Plus, we have an anti-slam entry door. Because if you take note of where the awning is located right next to the door, the worst thing you could do to that awning is smash it sideways. You jack that awning sideways and she's toast, my friends. Well, now, I mean, you have to really throw this door to get that to happen. The other thing is, even if you do manage to make contact, because the force is being dampened so much, chances are it'll probably still not hurt the awning. Now, a couple neat things here. We have the screenshot, little auto-close screen door band, and if you do have a grandkid over or a dog or something for the weekend, what you can do when the screen door is shut, flip that down, pull that shut, and congratulations, you lock the screen door. Isn't that neat? It's just those extra little things they're doing at Winnebago that just kind of take it over the top for me. Speaking of over the top, am I right? Full walkable roof here. We've got a 3/8 roof deck. Now, the skeletal structure of this, the roof, the side walls, the front rear wall, the floor, everything on this is all aluminum skeleton to keep this thing lasting a long time and to keep it light in weight. Not lower in cost. This is not the budget brand camper, remember. Better King Jack antenna system here. What I like about this, you don't have to crank it up and down, and inside it includes a signal indicator. So as you turn it different directions, there's a little like LED light strip. More lights will light up when you get better signal, so it's easier to know when to hit the channel scan thing on the TV, because those can take a couple minutes. It's not the end of the world. It's just annoying waiting. So again, sometimes we'll tend to put the bigger air conditioner on here. Sometimes we'll put that, you know, heat efficiency package on here. The other thing I like to point out is just the fact that they are just pretty darn heavy-handed with all their seals around, like their roof fixtures, their skylights and all that, so that you just don't have any chance of any sort of, you know, easily prevented leaks that could have been avoided from the factory production level. Getting you up here, taking a look at these extra things, telling you all the details under the skin that you can't see. You know, we've already done that. We haven't even met you. Imagine the links that we'll go to assist you and earn your business when we have met you. That's who we are at Haylett RV. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.